Good morning. This is Monday with Friday, preparing you for a better week ahead. You do not have to be a religious person to accept the historical fact that by 587 BC or before the Common Era BCE, the southern kingdom of Israel, named Judah, was taken captive by Babylon, resulting in thousands of Judeans being deported from Judah to Mesopotamia. Religious people have a way of interpreting historical and scientific fact through their own lenses. So, the prophets read this capture by and deportation to Babylon as a punishment that God executed upon Judah for their sinfulness. Secular historians would say that this was a culmination of consequences upon Judah for prior moral, ethical, and social collapse. Historical facts are also that when Judah was deported to Babylon under the vile, narcissistic, and megalomaniac King Nebuchadnezzar, that kingdom in turn declined and then fell to the Persian Empire under Emperor Cyrus. Cyrus was the king who valued the identity of captured Judeans, not Nebuchadnezzar. Cyrus enabled the establishment of Jewish synagogues, more community centers and identity-affirming spaces than they were worship places. Cyrus was the king who helped the Judeans and the Israelites regain their identity, their dignity, and their country. Nebuchadnezzar was the one who took all of those away. All of these facts are the reason I keep telling people that the man whom many gullible American Christians and Caribbean Christians and others consider to be some kind of Cyrus may instead be their Nebuchadnezzar. Americans are not gaining their institutions, they are losing them. Cyrus doesn't do that. Americans are not getting just decisions from their Supreme Court. They receive shameless perversions of the law. Cyrus doesn't take justice away, he restores it. American citizens and legal residents and others are being kidnapped, abducted, human trafficked, and deported to places they have never seen in their lives. Cyrus doesn't do that. Nebuchadnezzar does. I can go on, but the point is made. Nebuchadnezzar destroyed Judah. Cyrus helped make Judah great again. Truth is, when people like you or me sound like the prophet Habakkuk, to whom I introduced you last week, lamenting as we watch injustice and wickedness and evil people prevail all over the world and wonder, where is God? The answer may not be one that we would like. The religious and faith version of the answer that Habakkuk heard was that God was using Nebuchadnezzar to punish Judah for their wickedness. The natural and socio-scientific and historical version is that, as happens to all kingdoms as well as all democracies when they toss away truth and justice, integrity, morality, ethics, and goodness, they begin to devolve, crumble, and collapse. As the famous poet says, things fall apart, the center cannot hold, mere anarchy is loosed upon the world. Some of the contributors to Judah's collapse are evident in America and elsewhere too today. I shall take some time next week to explore those to show us how close to ruin America and some other places too might be. But for now, I warn that what is happening in America is the beginning of the end of America. America was once great in many ways, but there was always a dark and wicked underbelly to that greatness. For example, when cotton was king, the black humans who made it so were mere worms, property, and subhuman animals to be beaten, raped, separated from their families, and worse. Nebuchadnezzar could never make America great again. That's a lie. He will destroy, deport, and demolish, just as he is busily doing right now. The lesson is that we shall suffer consequences of decisions we make. The only remedy is to go back wherever we can, if we can, and decide all over again. But where that is not possible, to look for opportunities in the future to make better decisions and make more informed and educated and intelligent choices. Before Israel fell to Assyria in 722 BCE and Judah to Babylon in 586 BCE, there were, spanning those roughly 200 years, 17 prophets who warned the kingdoms of Israel and Judah essentially about their declining state of justice. The price of not listening was capture and deportation. America has had, if we begin counting only the last 60 years, not 200, more than 17 prophets who warned about America's decline, from Martin Luther King Jr. to Bishop Jeremiah Wright, Barack Obama's former pastor who said some things many Americans didn't like, but which was true, from General John F. Kelly to General Mark Milley, with Generals McChrystal, Mattis, McMaster, and Admirals Mullen and Stavridis and others in between. America has had religious prophets, political prophets, military prophets, economic prophets, and academic prophets who warned us time and again against the coming Nebuchadnezzar. Timothy Snyder, a Yale professor, was on cable news networks countless times during 2023 and 2024, warning Americans about the tyranny he saw coming, the Nebuchadnezzar he saw coming. It's like Snyder looked into a crystal ball and saw the president of the United States, a criminal that we now have. The Fox News viewers never heard those warnings, but they heard some others. Timothy Snyder quotes Leszek Kołakowski in his opening page saying, quote, "In politics, being deceived is no excuse," unquote. After all the prophetic warnings, Americans went forward in deception in numbers sufficient to deport us into the hands of Nebuchadnezzar, complete with a golden statue and graven image in the American capital city. We are now being required all over this country to bow down before his satraps with masks, guns, violence, and illegality. And if you think those will be limited to cities run by blue mayors, you have another thought coming by this time next year. Welcome to Babylon. We might be here for 70 years or more or less. Nobody knows. However, both faith and social sciences assure us that we might not be here forever. Please share this video with someone. I am Michael Friday, and your week just got hopeful. I'll see you again next week. Happy Monday, all the way to Friday.